Ride through the city like Brennan Schaub. I'm on a mission to get it all. Ride through the city like Brennan Schaub. If you ain't thick, please don't get involved.
And now, Brandon Thick Boy Schaub.
What up, fam? Happy Sunday. Let's get right into fan questions. Hopefully you enjoyed that fight night. We're all just waiting for UFC 327 in Miami this coming freaking Saturday. I can't wait. Also, check out Game Bread in the Dominican Republic. There's some great fights on there. It's bare knuckle MMA going down this Friday. So make sure you check that out. Me and your boy Jimmy Smith will be doing the commentating. So it's going to be a fun time. But let's get into these fan questions. Thank you guys for watching last week's 2 episodes. You guys make the show. Keep on taking. Let's get to these fan questions. _Andrew, and then it cuts off. Question for the Schaub Show. Want to put my daughter in martial arts. For girls, what is more beneficial, wrestling or jiu-jitsu? Coming from sports, I can spot a coach who skips coming from sports, I can spot a coach who skips through important fundamentals. For wrestling and jiu-jitsu, since I have no background in it, how do you notice when a coach is going from A to C, just skipping B, just missing fundamentals technique, or a coach who actually cares and teaches the technical aspect behind everything? Thanks for what you do, been a fan since the tough days. Shout out to you, young man. When it comes, so first of all, it's a 2-part question. What's more beneficial, wrestling or jiu-jitsu? I think wrestling, it depends. Wrestling's not for everybody. It is very tough. It's going to test their mental capacity. It's full kind of body workout. It's a very tough sport mentally on the kids, and it's tough physically. It's the toughest, some would say. There's also no shenanigans in wrestling. Now, I'm sure there's some outliers and there's some bad people. Overall, though, in my experience, I wrestled, my kids wrestle. The wrestling community has always been a positive thing. There's not the shenanigans where you got to worry about someone hitting on your daughter. There's a more, how do I say it? There's more morale. There's more respect in wrestling, I would say. You don't get those weird wolves in sheep clothing in wrestling. It's very by the book, American. There's a process that's been around forever. It's not some new wrestling gym's not popping up with some wrestling coach you never heard of from Brazil, and there's all these girls in there. There's none of that. Wrestling's been around forever. The coaches are usually older. The young ones are usually wrestlers themselves in high school or college that came from the head coach, and they're helping out your kid. It's usually good. It's a lot safer, I would say, than jiu-jitsu. But if you do jiu-jitsu, the reason you'll be able to spot if a coach is going from A to fucking Z is in the first day you're learning arm bars and kimuras and guillotines. They have a tough job because you want to make it exciting for the kids. And I'm not just saying this because, I have my black belt from them or I'm under their tutelage. I've never seen anybody do it better and safer than Henner and it's Henner. Yeah, Henner Gracie. At the Jiu-Jitsu Academy in Torrance. They have their new academy out there, the Gracie Academy. They do it the best, the safest. Their wives teach there. They do a really good job. And they don't teach submissions in the first, few months. You're learning the meat and potatoes of how Jiu-Jitsu should work. And also your kid should be in a gi. So if you go to a Jiu-Jitsu gym and it's no gi, that's probably your first sign that it's not legit. It's easy. The kids are going to have fun because you got to worry about A, are they learning jiu-jitsu? B, are they learning the right way? C, is it just babysitting basically? Like to wear my kid out, the warm-up's an hour long, the class is an hour and a half, but the majority of the class is warm-up, those are some red flags. If they're learning submissions in the first 2 days, go somewhere else.
I could also say from starting wrestling early, it teaches you a humbleness.
Yes.
And it also teaches you like a work ethic. So whether or not you do continue with it to keep on going with it in your future, at least you learn a work ethic that you don't learn from really anything else.
And it will only add value to the other sport your kid wants to do. Like Tiger the other day was like, Dad, I do wrestling because you want me to find the UFC? I'm like, no, not at all. You do wrestling because it's going to improve your athletic ability in football and baseball. Mm-hmm. And it's also going to make you more mentally tougher than all the other kids just doing baseball or basketball or soccer.
It teaches you not to quit.
And it's one-on-one competition, and there's no rest. So when Tiger's going against some kid, he can't no, hold on. No, you got to go, dude. Mm-hmm. So it's teaching him his limits. and breaking those limits and breaking those walls. Yeah, that's it's teaching them to get tough.
Yep.
You're not really going to get that from baseball. There's some great things about baseball, but physically, you're not going to get that physical aspect of it. Shot by Dill.
Let's see.
What's up, brother? I really loved and missed the Food Truck Diaries. I get this all the time. I know it's tough for you to do now, especially when it's just you running the show and dealing with guests. But have you ever considered trying to get fighters to FaceTime or Zoom in the Schaub Show for short interviews? Main event and prelim guys, I can't imagine it'd be too hard to figure out. Plus, most fighters respect you and would be happy to come on, I imagine. It'd be great to hear you ask questions you have directly to the fighters. Just a thought. Love you, dog. Just became a girl dad 3 weeks ago. Wow. Thanks for all the inspiration, motivation. Shout out to you, man. Good luck with that baby girl. Enjoy every minute of it. It goes fast. Everyone says that, but it's so true. I get this giant 10-year-old on my hands now. As far as the Food Truck Diaries, unless, my passion's trucks, right? So we came up with this concept to do the show. They're like, I will just do it on YouTube. I'm like, I'm not doing that, man. There's too much time commitment just to do a YouTube show. And then a TV network bought it. Okay, well, there's money in it. That makes time. I can take time away from podcasting or what I'm doing because that's actually going to bring money that can help my family out. Let's do that. It's TV. Let's do it. Unless like Tubi or Netflix or Amazon or name any of these big TV networks came along, like, hey, we want Food Truck Diaries. I don't see me doing it. And one of the benefits too of doing a TV show is I'm just a talent, right? I'm a talent creator, but I don't have to book the guests, figure out location shoots, figure out the cars. Like I have a team that does that. Now, this is plug and play. This is my passion. It's talking fighting. This is what I like to do. It's pretty upfront. There's not a lot of bells and whistles. On the production side, we're probably one on the lower side of that. We don't have a lot of bells and whistles. So this is easy. We start doing Food Truck Diaries and booking people. And then also when it comes to having fighters and guests on the show, I just don't like guest-driven show, really. I know a lot of people have to do it. I'm good where I'm at. If we hired a booker, that'd be easy. Also, Zoom sucks. So, and I'm not in LA anymore where there's a ton of fighters. There's a few in Austin, but not a ton. It's just not what I do, nor do I want to do it. But I hear you, dude. I hear you.
We've done it before too, though.
Of course we've done it before. I've been podcasting fucking 15 years.
What are you talking about?
Of course we've done it before. That's what he's saying.
No,
we did it before. With Food Truck Diaries, we've had FaceTime,
but have
Zoom.
you considered trying to get fighters to FaceTime or Zoom? So we've done that before.
Yeah, we've done it before.
You didn't say like, oh, do it again.
No, yeah, we've done it a bunch. We've had Luke Thomas on, Sugar. We've had a bunch of guys, and then also those guys, like they're making their rounds too. So it's not like breaking news. I'd rather somebody else do it than I can just parlay off that and give my 2 cents on the questions I would have asked. It's not like I'm asking anything Ariel's not going to ask or Luke Thomas. So those guys, even Luke doesn't do it, but Ariel's kind of the guy that does that. Mm-hmm. That's his thing. He got it.
Yeah, he's a guest-driven show.
Yes, way better question than I would ask, and I can just parlay off the highlights and that shit, and it's half the work.
Mm.
Justin D. Stanley.
Let's see.
Big Brown Breakdown was my favorite iteration. Good luck pronounce it. Iteration. What's up, dude? Of your show. Does someone else own that, or can you bring it back? The theme song was the best. Did our boy sing that?
Yeah, me and Skylar recorded the whole thing. Yeah.
Skylar Austin sang that, and you. No, I own Big Brown Breakdown. We could bring it back.
I have the song if you want it on this episode.
Let me hear the song.
I never heard the song.
No, I have the song somewhere. If you want it on this episode, we could put it in there like the beginning.
That'd be funny. Fuck with it.
I'm gonna miss ride the city like Brendan Schaub.
What was the comment?
That was my favorite. Some guy goes, "What does it mean to ride through the city like Brendan Schaub?" And some guy goes, "Upside down in a TRX." I got to hear this Big Brown song.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Yeah, I wish Jen had it ready to go.
Dude, how long that was like? What, 6 years ago?
How long ago did you stop Big Brown Breakdown?
We did Schaub Show once I went to Showtime, right, Jen?
Yeah.
And why did they want to rename it?
I didn't like. I remember telling you that was my biggest thing. That when we changed, I was like, "Fuck," because it became below the belt, which to me is just a lot of people liked it, but I was just like, it's so like,
Corporate.
Yeah.
it's just whatever.
It's corporate.
Big
Well,
Brown
Big
Breakdown
Brown-
sounded fucking.
Once you say
funny.
brown, they're like, you're bringing race into it, and no one knows what the fuck you are.
True. Yeah, I mean, whatever the fans want. I'm not married to Schaub Show or Big Brown Breakdown. Big Brown Breakdown's the original. Could go back. The show is having a resurgence, so you could go back.
I like the sound of Big Brown Breakdown.
Yeah.
If I'm throwing my 2 cents,
It's also different than the rest. Like, there's the Ariel Helwani show. There's the Luke Thomas show. The Schaub show.
Yeah.
Big Brown Breakdown.
I like it.
A little flavor in the
Yeah.
fucking bowl there, baby. A little spice.
Some of your Iranian flavor.
Yeah. Some of my
Or
Native
possibly Native
American
American.
heritage coming out. I'm more tan than I've ever been because I'm in the sun every Saturday and Sunday. Watch my son fucking hit bombs in baseball.
You're getting dark.
Getting dark. I'm in that Austin sun 20 hours every fucking weekend. Zach Walker 92. Bring back fight companions. No. Keep going, Chen. Would you compete in RAF
Ooh.
against another MMA guy? I ain't going against like some Oklahoma State All-American.
You don't want Sajalayev?
No. Yeah, I'm not going against like that Hendricks guy or whatever the fuck his
Yeah.
name is. Yeah, no. If it was another guy with my background, I'd be down.
How'd you feel? Did you see Hendrickson's his take on Gable Steveson coming to RAF?
No, what'd he say?
He said because Gable's taking time off that he thinks Gable should have to prove himself. He shouldn't just get a championship wrestling match right away.
He's a gold medalist, Bubba.
Right? I mean, he beat Gable.
I know.
But that being said, I don't want him to have to wrestle his way back to.
No. What are you
Come
talking
on,
about?
man.
That's not what RAF is either.
No.
It's the big boys, you get what you want.
Gable's going to stomp all the people before that. We want to see you guys wrestle again.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Now, maybe if Gable was like, hey, man, I've been focused on MMA. Give me one warm-up, then I'll do Hendricks guaranteed.
Fair.
Cool.
Yeah. But he's like, he needs to earn his way back.
Who could I wrestle, though?
Heavyweights. Let's see.
Cyril Gahn?
You really want to wrestle Cyril Gahn?
Just an easy one. Oh, no. Their heavyweights are only legit wrestlers. They don't have any, like, former MMA guys.
Yeah, you don't want Wyatt Hendrickson.
No.
You don't want Kyle Snyder.
No, I know Kyle. No, I don't want Kyle. Kyle's a
Yeah,
fucking
the
monster.
heavyweight's a problem because they haven't had any just like MMA guys just float their way in there.
I don't want to be the first to do that.
No.
Cejudo Marab.
April 18.
Yep.
What if you wrestle Cejudo and Marab at the same time?
I'd be down for that.
That'd be fun to watch.
If they're like you versus Cejudo, I'd be like, all right, I'm in.
Hey, Aljamain Sterling.
Aljo's doing good though.
Yeah, he is.
Just smaller though.
Austin DeSanto is one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Iowa guy. Did you ever see like what when people talk about after they wrestle them what it's like?
No.
They'll have like bruises on their lats, their ribs, everywhere. 'Cause
He's fucking them up.
He's so in your face.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get a heavyweight.
No.
Steve Mocco.
Yoel.
That'd be tough. Yoel would be a
Yeah.
fucking nightmare.
But that would be freaking dope.
Would you wrestle Kyle Dake, even though he's so many weight class below you? One of the greatest to ever do it. No.
Next question. Mike Daly. What's up, fellas? Congrats on the new Tubi show. I binged it. Such a fun show. We did the once in a lifetime Noche event. We are doing the once in a lifetime White House event. If you could create your own once in a lifetime UFC event, what would it look like? Where would it be? Don't say Epstein's Island. He knows me. Dude, that's going to be my fucking go-to. He knows me too well. Dude, this comment's great. Don't say Epstein's. I love this dude. Don't say Epstein's Island, and you can't have Gina Carano's war bags on it either. War bags?
That might be my new favorite tit word.
War bags?
War bags is sick.
Fucking great. This guy's hilarious. Yeah, Epstein Island, Gina Carano. Where would I have it? I would do it. I would have Ilya fight in Italy in the Colosseum. Like old school.
In Rome?
In Rome.
Roman Colosseum?
Yep.
That would be pretty badass. That would be sick. Actually, yeah, how could you beat that?
Yeah, it'd be tough.
I can't even think about Taj Mahal.
It'd be tough to beat the Roman Colosseum.
And if you sell out the Roman Colosseum, how badass is that? Like true gladiator style.
That'd be badass.
Yeah.
Next one.
War
Hopefully
bags
that's
is amazing.
War
I'm
bags.
using war
is-
bags forever.
War bags is imprinted in my memory. War bags, dude. I'm gonna go home right after the show and look at my girl and go, nice war bags.
If you think I'm not doing the same thing,
Those war bags are lit. Tom Kane 82. Hey, Big Brown, being JRE Fight Companion royalty, yes, I'm one of the originals. Do you have a favorite episode that you were part of? Joey chewing the gum and the Calabib, Eddie getting loose, or Brian trying to convince you guys he knows what he's talking about, or some of my favorites? Keep up the great work. It's tough to beat Joey going on that crazy rant with just fucking up the names, talking about an immigrant mentality. That was great. Eddie, if you go back to the early ones, you could tell we were a little annoyed because Eddie was talking about Flat Earth or Epstein Island or this conspiracy, and he was right. Those are fun to watch. Tripoli was great on there too. I always like when Brian and Rogan get into it, whether it's over vaccines or whatever. It went too far last time. That's why I don't see. Yeah.
was it a fight companion when Brian blew the Aztec war whistle
Yes.
and then the world shut down weeks after that?
Oh, let's go over that. Brian decided to blow that Aztec whistle. Rogan's like, don't do that. Brian does it. And COVID hit. Brian got canceled.
Dude,
Think about it.
whether or not you want to be superstitious or not,
Think about it.
a lot of crazy shit happened after Brian
Horrible
blew that
shit
whistle.
happened.
Yeah.
Horrible shit happened. What's funny is that this is not on the fighting man. It's me and Brian one time were chasing each other fighting, and Brian grabbed one of Rogan's like super expensive pool
Pull cue?
yeah,
Pull stick?
yeah, pool
Yeah.
stick, and was like using it as a sword. And Rogan came in and goes, "What the fuck are you doing?" Brian's all on guard, and I was like, "Come on, motherfucker." There's too many. We've done so many,
The
dude.
one that you did at Calabasas, though, my favorite one was Chris and then Brian. Brian says glycogen, and then
he
Chris
goes-
is like,
he goes, "Oh, that dude,
Gotta be
that's
wearing
one.
a
All
lab coat.
have you ever
Yeah.
seen that? I mean,
Yeah.
that's over 1 million views, dude."
that was so fucking funny.
Chris goes, "I'm gonna turn around, and if you don't have a lab coat on."
Wait, the one where you guys started dancing to the Blade theme song,
Yeah.
was that a fight companion?
Fighting pain after smelling salts.
You know, I don't know if I ever told you this. I was dating a girl back then from South America. That memed all its way to South America, and it was you guys all dancing to
Dancing.
Latin dance music from like Argentina.
Yeah, yeah. People put that to like the boys when they get off after working and there's music. Yeah, yeah. It was fun, man.
I don't like those smelling salts.
I love
I
them.
did it at the mothership, and it fucking hurt.
I love them. I wish I had one right now. Cereitz, Ceereitz. Oof. I really think newer age fans, maybe even older fans, really don't give a fuck about Ronda coming back at all. We'll see, bud. I get that she was the first female superstar and all that, but I think that day has passed where people are diehard fans for her. Okay, cool. We might get to see her armbar a middle-aged woman who hasn't fought in damn near 20 years. I guess the question is, are we sure people even care about the MVP card as much as they're pretending to? I think it's the perfect storm. You have some good points there, but I think it's the perfect storm where the White House was supposed to be this big event for casuals. It's supposed to be fast food McDonald's, so big names, even though they're not relevant, but big names, nostalgic, make you feel a certain way, get all the eyeballs. And White House dropped the ball on that, the UFC, And so then MVP Netflix, so UFC fucked up and walked so MVP could run. So I think it's this perfect shitstorm. I do think people care. I do think people care about Ronda. I think, you saying like, I don't think people care. I don't think you realize how big of a star she was and how big of an impact she had on young female athletes at the time. And then went over to Hollywood. Like, she's such a big attraction. I think it destroys any viewed live mixed martial arts event easily. It's going to be massive, dude. Massive.
Do you think that if the White House card would have delivered as promised, that people, if they would have saw the MVP card, they would have been like, eh.
Yep.
So it's almost like there's people who want it, and then there's people who want it out of spite.
Correct.
Yeah.
What else you got, Jen? The Chase Fuller. Thoughts on RAF as an organization, business? Any inside info on pay? No, I haven't heard about pay at all. You see Henry versus Marab, April 18th. Yeah, it's a great fight. I am curious on the pay because Armin ain't just doing it for the fucks of it. Armin's the money guy.
I could see doing it. He's so rich. 6-figure purse per match. Okay.
Which is well worth it to do a wrestling match.
Massive payouts. Let's see 100,000.
So it says wrestling content creator Giorgio secured a record purse rumored to be close to 7 figures for a single 6-minute match. Yeah.
Pretty good. And it's only growing.
Yeah, Izzy, my boy Izzy Martinez behind it. Izzy was great. Izzy was Jon Jones' wrestling coach. He had Izzy wrestling from Chicago. He's a big deal.
Do they still work together or no?
I don't think so.
Also, your risk reward too. It's not like you're getting knocked out.
And you're getting a bag? Yeah. RFA is fantastic. I can't say enough good things about them. They're crushing it, dude. It's so good to see. And people are paying attention. Like, it's some of the most Googled events of the year. It's great. What else you got?
I think they need a major streamer.
Giorgio's the closest one. But major streamer only.
I mean, like a network,
platform.
like a platform.
Oh, gotcha. They're on Fox News,
Is it?
Yeah. It's on Fox. Was it?
Sports?
No. Fox
Sports 1?
Nope. It's on their app, the Fox thing. Fox
They
Nation.
make it too hard to find.
Yeah.
Which is my problem with a lot of stuff today. Where you're like, how do I find this Yankee game?
Yeah, like just put it on regular Fox.
Even Paramount, though, with UFC, it's kind of a bitch. If you want to watch fights, you have to go here.
I also just hate how
What, man?
Paramount's pretty easy.
Well, I just hate how
Because you click on the Paramount app, it says UFC whatever 327. Click here. I click there, and then I watch it.
Well, maybe it's my TV, my insignia, but I have to go to the Paramount, then have to go to a UFC thing, and then have to go to the
No, it's
actual
just
fight.
watch now while it's going.
No, I press it, and that's what happens. I go,
It
I have
takes
to
you
go through
another.
stages, yeah.
Interesting.
Insignia.
Cam Han McClary. With the heavyweight class in disarray, how would you feel about an open class 215 to any weight above? Also, my name is pronounced Kai Van. Kai Van. It's Irish, motherfucker. He didn't say motherfucker. I threw that in there. Kai Van. Kai Van.
Add more.
Kai Van. Kai Van. With the weight class in disarray, how would you feel about an open class 215 any weight above? They just don't have the roster. They just don't have the bodies to add a weight class. I don't know what they're going to do, man. They got to do something, but it'll bounce back. It always does. It's just in a drought right now. I would like a 225 weight class. Obviously, I'm biased. It would have benefited me to fight at 225, but I think 205 to 225, obviously that's a 20-pound difference, is huge. But 205 to 265 is insane.
Yeah.
So I think they should do 225. And I think you would have a lot more guys in light heavy going up. You'd have some fun matchups. It'd bring a little life to both the big boys.
The only reason I don't think they would do it is because they've already asked Dana about a couple other
He always
weight
shuts it
classes,
down.
and he's like, we're not doing that.
I don't know why he's so against it.
I don't know.
do not understand.
The 165 one he's against, but that one makes probably like the most sense out of other than fucking
225 makes the most sense. That's such
Yeah.
a fucking jump.
It's a wild gap.
Wild. I'm giving up 20 pounds. Go,
Even
got
like
knocked
when,
out. It's like, oh, fuck.
When Couture was done with 205 and he was, what, 210 fighting.
217.
Yeah, it was too much.
Wow. How many more we got? Let's go to the YouTube ones.
Okay.
Fan question, long-time listener, first-time asker. Do you think Izzy's having the same issue as like a Connor? Like it's hard to train the same once you made it. It's different when they're still hungry for it. That's a good point. And this is at the _Stonia. Great point. I think there's similarities where they achieve the highest you can achieve, and then they're down a notch, and then even so, Izzy losing 4 out of last 5s, even a few notches lower. So it's just not the same. So add that into, he's also not as fast, not as, powerful, and he has money in the bank. So it's the perfect storm where it's hard to have the same motivation. Because do you think Izzy had the same motivation to win this fight as Joe Pyfer did? Where if Izzy loses, all right, still got my houses, my cars, my legacy, I'm in the Hall of Fame. Joe Pyfer loses, you ain't shit, dude. So Joe Pyfer is way more hungry. So you're onto something there. But I think it's the perfect storm of he's a little slower, a little less want, has money in the bank, has the cars, has the legacy. You're fighting a guy who has nothing. That guy who has nothing is probably going to win.
And the elusiveness that he had is gone.
It's gone. Yeah. Good question, though. At SlotFit9735. Besides Justin knocking out Ilya, is the only way the White House card gets saved is by Gane blowing out an ACL, forcing the UFC to put Jon Jones as a desperate replacement? It would be nice, but also if Justin were to knock out Ilya and then Poatan starches Gane, that card's fucking cooking, dude. So Gane versus Poatan is a good fight, but it's not the fight we wanted. And we know Gane's not the number 1 heavyweight in the world. We wanted Jon. So there's that caveat to it, but don't get it twisted. If Poatan knocks out Gane, it's going to be a big, big deal, and he only gets bigger. Now, if all those fights are decisions, the White House is cooked.
Imagine how much it was like if Poatan was the one that got injured and it ended up being Gane John again.
Ugh. No. Think about this, because they can't come to agreement with Gane. Say Poatan gets injured and they got to do like Curtis Blades Gane.
Ugh. I like Curtis
Or
Blades.
Hokit. Like say Hokit beats Curtis Blades. Yeah, I love Hokit. I love Curtis Blades. But for the White House?
Now it goes from, wow, this is a good regular card to, okay.
Yeah.
And I'm an Ilya fan, but all right.
Be a
It's a
nightmare.
regular Ilya card now.
Nightmare. Mm-hmm. What else you got, Chin? At Sober Gopher. Not an MMA question, Brendan, but I just finished watching your series on Tubi, 6 show. Which Porsche was your favorite to drive in episode 2? The Dakar. I love lifted Porsches. I've always wanted a Dakar, and then when I drove in it and realized how fast and the handling, and that thing was not your stock Dakar either. It was tuned. I think it had a downpipe. I couldn't believe how fast it was, especially on those bigger tires. That thing was surprisingly really dope. The interior was dope. The look of it, even though it had signatures all over it, you can take those off. That was just a wrap, like a clear coat, so you can take the signatures off. But that thing tuned, fucking cooked, man. That Dakar makes me want one even more. I'll probably never get one because they're impossible to get and they're so expensive, but I love the Dakar, man. Thanks for watching, though, buddy. Fan question, SlowFit9735. I don't think it's fair to compare the MVP card to the White House card for starters. It's not like they're on the same day and time. Yeah, but also Netflix has over 300 million subscribers where Paramount has 60 million. If both fight cards were on the same platform, same day and time, which would get the most views in your opinion? This is a great
question.
Fucking question. This is a great question. Great question because... Great question, dude.
I knew you had to answer this one.
So let's say they're both same day, both on Netflix, which has 300 million subscribers. So take Paramount out of it. I think MVP would still get more views.
Really?
Because you're dealing with casuals. So Netflix isn't for hardcore fans, right? So, and Paramount, people got it for Landman or where the fuck they want to watch on there. And like, oh, UFC's on there. But then you have the actual UFC subscribers who are on there.
No, if they're both on Netflix and has the
I
same
know,
amount,
but how out of 300 million subscribers, how many people are hardcores? 200,000. There's not that many hardcores. So all I'm saying is there's about 200,000 on Netflix. Maybe that's being generous of hardcore MMA fans. So now you're dealing with casuals. And if I go up to if I walked up into a homeboy that does raps over, and I went, "Hey, dude, Ilya Tapore's fighting this weekend." He'd go, I would assume if he's a casual, go, who? Ilya Tapore, dude. All right, cool, man. Is he good? Yeah, he's great. You got to watch him. Oh, okay. Now, if I go up to him, I go, "Hey, man, Ronda Rousey's fighting this weekend." Like, oh, fuck, she's back. Yep. And Nate Diaz. What? Yeah. And Francis Ngannou. The fucking big-ass heavyweight. He's on there too, dude. So I think apples to apples, same network, same time.
Because Ilya's got all of Spain watching.
Yeah, but for casuals, you're still going to, the majority of them are going to watch Ronda, Nate Diaz, Francis over Poatan, Cyril Gane.
I think with Americans,
Ilya.
you're 100% right.
With Americans,
But
right.
like my thought process was like you got Ilya has such an international appeal right now because like you're gonna have like the Middle Eastern fans who like him or want to see his downfall because they're all such big Islam Makhachev fans. But
he's still nothing in comparison to Ronda
You think so?
or Nate.
Yeah,
That's
fair.
Nate's a massive name. And as we're talking about casuals, they all know them.
That's true.
All of them know them.
Yeah.
We go to Summer Moon right now. You go, yo, show of hands. Who knows Ronda Rousey? Every single person raises their hand.
Yeah, Nate's doing
She's
a movie.
In movies. Nate's in Theo's movie. They know Nate, the Connor stuff. Hey, how many you know Ilya Taporia or Cyril Gane? Maybe
That's
2, 3.
That's a good point.
That's a great question, though. Another slow fit. This dude's on it. Slow fit 9735. Fan question. We all knew Gable Steveson considers Jon Jones a mentor. With what happened recently with the White House card, do you see a scenario where Jon influences Gable to not sign with the UFC and try to take one-off MVP Netflix deal? Or is the competitive fire too hot to deny signing with the UFC when given the opportunity? Gable's a smart dude. You know, Gable could just go up to him, you know, I mean, he can ask these questions. I'm sure, and John's not his manager. He's kind of his mentor, which can be a good thing or bad thing. But if I'm Gable's manager, I go, yeah, man, Netflix MVP offered you this deal, but if you do it, it's going to tarnish our relationship with the UFC. And my question would be like, we don't know what's MVP going to do after this. What heavyweights do they have after this? You know?
Yep.
Where the UFC, you could probably become champ in 3 fights.
Maybe some big money he could be offered, but I like that.
For legacy, and Gable needs to stick with UFC, especially with the state of the division right now. Nitrous Oxide 89. Fan question, civil lawsuit. If a fighter such as Jon Jones or Conor McGregor were to take a fight somewhere else, what would the realistic cost end up being in the civil lawsuit for breaking their contract? Like if the Sultan in Unlimited Money says, I'll pay you whatever and cover the lawsuit, what price settlement do you think UFC would end up getting? This is a great question. Here's the thing. Because they're under contract, no other league could sign them. It wouldn't be legal. So because they're under contract, which is in fucking basically stone writing from the UFC, can't get out of it. Even if they're like, ignore that, I'm going to go over to KSW or MVP, it would fuck him. They couldn't even start to negotiate it. Like the UFC would have it shut down before you got
Too much legal tape.
Yeah, there's too much. You can't do it.
Yeah.
It's a great question, and I wish it worked that way, but they just couldn't do it. It'd be illegal. Tad HD Talks. Question, is the White House
I like this question a lot.
Is the White House card atmosphere going to be similar to when the fights were had during COVID lockdown? No crowd noise. You hear everything, including what the ref says, fighters grunting and banging on the mat. Yeah, I think so. Because the majority of the people there aren't hardcores, politicians, oligarchs, elite of the elite. They're not hardcores. They really don't know what the fuck they're watching. So with a big knockout where most fans who are familiar with the sport are like, oh shit, oh my God, they're going to be like, oh my God. Like it's not going to be good.
And just outdoors doesn't have the same noise that an arena has.
No, do a comedy show outdoors. Sucks.
Yeah.
The sound just goes to the
worst.
Yes, the worst.
The worst.
Have you ever done one?
Yeah.
I did one in San Antonio.
It's the
you
fucking
can't hear
worst.
anything.
You're like, am I bombing? I don't know what's
I
happening.
know.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "Yeah, it was a great show." Like, "Oh, I thought I was eating dick."
Yeah.
Same thing for the fighters. Like, there's gonna be and it's not your crowd. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah, the sound just goes into the distance.
Yeah, it's like Metallica playing. You know, they're the main event and they're playing for a fucking, like kid crowd. Like they don't know what the fuck they're getting.
Yeah.
They don't know how to respond to it. It's not going to go well. It's a nightmare, dude.
Yeah.
The atmosphere is going to be a
It's
nightmare.
going to be weird. And it's going to be hot.
Yeah, it's going to be super hot. They're going to be sweaty. Yeah, I keep telling you, it's going to be like the movie Django. When Leonardo DiCaprio's having those two guys fight each other to death. And he's just sitting there with his pipe and there's no excitement. And they're sweaty. It's hot, bad conditions, bad environment.
Ugh.
One person's making all the money. At YG the Great 8682. Question: Michael Johnson's prime, the one who fought Dustin, Ilya Topuria in his prime, like as he is now. Who do you think wins that? I feel like a Johnson's prime has more than a good chance of taking that one. Remember, Michael Johnson's prime is the only guy ever to wobble Khabib. But Michael Johnson's thing, not now, but when he was younger, was always here. That was his downfall, was his mentality. So in his prime, he didn't have the experience that he has now, which, he went on a great streak, stuff like that. But he always made kind of some mental errors, and that's why he lost the fight to the elite guys. So if he was in his prime, which means he's young, compared to Ilya now, Ilya would starch him, dude.
And
Starch him.
Khabib had no striking.
Zero striking. At Scott Davidson, 1822, longtime listener from the UK, first-time messenger. My question is, who will be the champion of each division this time next year? King of the Sting, peace out. Let me see the lineups, Jen. All right, who's going to be champ by the end of the year? Champ by the end of the year, pound for pound, I think will be Poatan, because I think he beats Cyril Gane, so he'll go up to number one. Joshua Van could have a tough time because he didn't beat the champ, but he's the champ, so we'll see how it goes, especially when Pantoja comes back. We'll see if he wins this freaking weekend. Peter Yan's an interesting one. I'll say Merab beats him. I think Volkanovski beats Mosarv, so that's stage champ. So you have a change, I think, at flyweight, pound for pound, and bantamweight. Lightweight, Ilya Topuria. Ooh, by the end, do we get Armin Ilya by the end of the year? I think so.
It's possible.
That's a close one. I think Armin could do it, but I'll lean towards Ilya right now. Let's see how. Oof, that's a tough one. Welterweight, Islam's going to be your champ at welterweight. Middleweight, Hamzat. Oh, I think Strickland gets it done. I think Strickland's your champ by the end of the year. Light heavyweight, that's gone, so that'll change. I think maybe Yuri, but we'll know next Saturday. Yuri Karls Oldberg. Heavyweight, Tom will still be champ because I don't know if he'll fight by the end of the year. And then you get Tom versus Poatan by early next year.
Are we going to get another interim champion in the with heavyweight? No.
Tom's gonna fight the winner of Poatan, Cyril Gane.
Okay.
You care about the women, Earl?
Shevchenko, she's getting older, she'll probably lose. Mackenzie Dern, I hope she wins, stays champ, but probably not. Kayla Harrison, yeah.
I don't see her losing.
No. But we just gotta see how she comes back from that injury.
You going?
Is that it, Chin?
It's up to you.
That's it, dude.
All right,
kids. We'll finish answering all the other questions. I'll answer some on Mondays. Your questions will get answered. If you want to submit questions, go ahead and put them in the comment section of this Q&A and Monday's show, and that's how we'll do it. Or DM me. That's how we're doing this, dudes. And then I'll answer a bunch more on my Patreon when we launch that very soon. Anything you want to see on that Patreon, let us know. But we'll do a live stream on there as well for just the Patreon listeners and viewers. And that's it, man. Love you guys. Thank you for tuning in this Q&A. Enjoy the fights. We got UFC 327 coming up, baby. Make sure you check out Game Bread on Friday. Me and your boy Jimmy Smith will be hosting that, doing the commentating. So enjoy. Have a good week. See ya.
I hate terrorists and electric cars.
Why are you trying to go so fast?
Got 1,000 horsepower. Right there.
That's the BFD there?
That's it.
BFD stands for Bigfoot's Dick Camshaft. Super rare Porsche.
Maybe you overbuilt the trans a little bit?
If you're gonna party, you can't be blowing trans. We're gonna see if we can make Brandon Schaub shit his pants.
I think that car's gonna hit him harder than he can probably hit other people.